Hello, I now have definitive proof that the people who write for The Guardian are bananas, nuts, any fruit you care to name. I'm going to come out with a rude word now, batshit crazy. Sorry about that, but I can't think of anything else to say. This is the headline in The Guardian. UK people of colour 4 times more likely to live in areas at higher risk from heat waves. Now, what sort of an impression do you get from that? Well, I know what the Guardian is trying to show. It's trying to give the idea that some places are going to be hit by heat waves harder and hotter than other places, and people of colour live there. That's the way it's been phrased. Let me show you a picture of Britain in the last heat wave. You see, all of England. Yep, no exception for people of colour, white people, anything. We all got the same problem. So why do they do a headline like that? Because they are conflating heat waves with lifestyle. And here, I'll get to that in a minute. People of colour are 4 times more likely to live in areas at high risk from heat waves as the climate heats up, according to experts. Right, who are overall, almost 6 million people were found to live in neighbourhoods at risk from high temperatures, with black and brown people disproportionately represented. Does that not give you the impression that some parts of England are hotter than others, and we've shoved all the ethnic minorities there? You know, like Hampstead Garden suburb is surrounded by arid plains of dried out grass and cracked mud, and the people are out there, you know, scrabbling, fighting for life with the antelope and the elephants or whatever. No, what it is this. A team led by Sarah Lindley, Professor of Geography at Manchester's School of Environment, Education and Development, identified which neighbourhoods in the UK were the most socially vulnerable to high temperatures. That's a different thing. And by socially vulnerable, what she means is this. Poorer people from ethnic minorities tend to have larger families. They are frequently given council accommodation, which is often on the small side. That's because this accommodation is paid for out of the taxes of the people who earn a living of a higher standard and live in bigger houses. Now, of course, this doesn't work all the way across. There are very wealthy people of colour, obviously, and they are often the ones who've moved out of these areas. But there are also people who have made a lifestyle choice. Let's just look at Tower Hamlets, for instance. It's a borough that has a very high proportion of people of colour, actually people of Pakistani origin, in great part. Now, a lot of those people live a life I wouldn't like to live, and I suspect many of you wouldn't either. There are clandestine polygamous marriages in that area, for instance. So you'll get 2 or 3 women, some of whom are wives in Muslim eyes, but not in the eyes of the state. And they are frequently, and this is well known, they accept benefit as single mothers from the people who are living in the bigger houses and still in Tower Hamlets, because Tower Hamlets also has Canary Wharf. And Canary Wharf is a very wealthy area. It's also in Tower Hamlets, so it's not like the heat wave doesn't affect them. But those flats in Canary Wharf probably have air conditioning, and they cost nearly £4 million, some of them. Now, further up the road, you'll get Pakistani heritage family, with several children and the parents, maybe grandparents as well. They look after their elderly, and yes, maybe 2 or 3 wives of a sort. This happens, and yes, the places are going to be more vulnerable to heat. But it's not the heat wave that's doing it. It's their lifestyle choice. They want to be near the mosque. They want to be in their little enclave because, for instance, it's very difficult to hide the fact that, that there's a family there with 4 wives in some village out in the countryside. It would be more noticed. Awareness of the disproportionate impact of climate change must feed into policy, Childs said. Whoever Childs is, I missed that bit, never mind. I suppose it's Friends of the Earth. Anyway, environmental justice must be at the centre of government's climate strategies. No, it mustn't. Environmental justice, there is no such thing. What it is to educate all these ethnic minorities not to live at 10 in a house, not to marry 3 or 4 women. And, oh, by the way, not to walk around in black bags. I'm sure that doesn't help you during a heat wave either. Oh yeah, I'm not going to monetize this one. Look, please like this video, share it, and make sure that your subscription is live. And again, because it's not being monetized, please support the channel if you can. Action is urgently needed to adapt frontline neighbourhoods. The frontline, we're all on the front line here in England, in the UK, but in this case, I'm talking about the heat wave here. I'll put a picture up again. To cope with extreme weather with more green spaces and trees for shelter, home insulation, to keep home. Yeah, all of this is reasonable to talk about. It doesn't need screaming headlines like this that imply that the sun only shines for some spiteful reason on people of ethnic minorities in this country. It's a total crazy nonsense. All right, well, as I said, I'm Graniopteryx. Please check your subscription because YouTube keeps dropping it, I am told. Click, as I say, like, please share. Please support the channel if you can, and please subscribe to one of my social media platforms at Graniopteryx on Twitter or Gab or Parler, where I will tell you if I've uploaded a new video, so you don't have to rely on YouTube if that's the channel, if that's the platform you're using. Right, that's it. Till next time. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the Graniopteryx design or Granbo with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.graniopteryx.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share.